So this is our 22nd attempt at Steel Heart. Our personal best is at 71%. What I normally do at the start of the run is go to the right to just grab a quick shell shard. And there is definitely nothing up there, so just don't bother going, you know, for everyone's safety. Yeah, so for the moss grotto, the writing is pretty linear. There's really not much for me to explain here. Just go through it as you normally would. But one thing you do have to remember is to grab the moss berry along the way. Oops. Because you will be needing 3. You will be needing 3 for a 1%. Lifeblood Overdose, Beast Crest, and Warding Bell. I love Warding Bell. I am scared of overdosing in Lifeblood because I feel like if like I get so used to if I get so used to having a lot of HP, I would be very complacent when playing. So I don't want to overdose. I'm scared I will get very reckless. And I'm already very reckless as I currently am. But I will be using Lifeblood whenever I need to. Thank you for the reminder. So here, you can actually get this one early. Just use this little guy as a little boost. But you don't have to take the second berry right now. You can actually come back later when you talk to Ava. But it's really up to you if you want to use the moss berry tool early in the game or later in the game. Personally, I don't really use the moss berry tool, but you know, it's good to get what you can along the way. Yes, mommy. Hello, Chubb. How are you? 3 stream streak. I feel like you've been here too many times. Recording and explaining. Someone quickly shot silence. Also, before when you fight the Moss Mother, you wanna hit this thing up so it starts the fight right away. It's not doesn't really affect your gameplay, but if you're impatient like me, you can just speed up the whole thing instead of waiting for her. Instead of waiting for her to spawn out of her cocoon. Because normally, by the time you enter the arena, she only spawns when you reach this area, or like after a few seconds. But yeah. Let's get Moss Mother first try. Hey, let's go. Woo, let's go. First try, Moss Mother. We never died to Moss Mother. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey. If we do get this. Alright. So I think here this would be a perfect opportunity, a perfect area for you to practice the jump down slash. It is more efficient than walking, and this also helps with traversing in general. It makes you get used to how the hunter's crest work, like what the direction, how it lands, stuff like that. So it's good to practice it early. And yeah, it also helps you avoid enemies, while walking around the map. Avoiding enemies and hitting them. Okay, so before you proceed, make sure to go through this breakable wall. If you wanna be a rich millionaire, you have to grab the beads here. It gives you like 60 beads. And so in this section, instead of going down towards the Marrow Arena, You wanna lure this little guy right here. Let's call him Jack. Oh, he's too high. We can't hit him. Okay. So it takes a lot of tries, but it's really worth doing instead of going the regular route. Because if you don't do that skip, you would need to fight the mini arena, and then you would go through deep docks, which, you know, there's a lot of enemies there. There's also lava. So you are putting yourself in harm's way. You smell me? So doing skips, although we're not doing a speed run, it is very helpful because not only does it save us time, but it also saves us from potentially dying. And here you don't necessarily need to kill the pilgrims, but I do want to get as many beads as I can along the way. There's also a stash to the right, but I'm afraid it will just go down. So I don't usually pick it up. You're talking about the mask that saves you. Ah, from a fractured mask? Okay, maybe we can get that early. Let's see. And from here, you wanna bait this little mosquito again, you know? Ask him for a little bit boostage. So, when you try to bait him, when he charges at you, just go to the next platform and then pogo him from there. So, this one is really just a time save. It doesn't really help much with, you know, the Steel Soul run, but it saves time. So, so it's pretty useful for me in my opinion. Well, you can also justify it by saying it helps you avoid the traps. But okay, I don't really worry much about my HP early game, which I think I should. I probably should, because we don't want to die early. But yeah, okay, so for this moss berry, you can grab this later, and if you want to have the tool, you can turn this over already to the druid here. I'm not gonna do it because I don't really use that tool at all. So I'll just skip over this, and later when we do Taste of Farlam quest, we will get the mossberry tool from her and also the mossberry stew. So if you don't need it, if you don't need a tool, you can just get it later. But you will need to acquire. You need it basically for the completion. But when you'll get it is completely up to you. I don't really have a strat for subduing the beast, the bell beast. I think it's important to just take your time with bosses, because if you panic or if you're in a rush, it does affect your mental. You know, you might panic. I do that very often, and I lose the run very often from panicking. So I do not recommend panicking, okay? Oh, okay, we're done with this one. So subduing the beast, the bell beast, doesn't technically give you a percentage, but the award of subduing him does, which is Silk Heart. So we do need 3. There's 3 Silk Hearts in total, and each costs 1%. And the Silk Hearts does it is hiding behind the boss. So technically, boss fights don't count to a completion. So there are certain boss that we can definitely skip. But yeah, we will try to skip as many bosses as we can. But for now, Bell Beast needs to be subdued. But yeah, so if I'm yapping too much, I mean, if you have any questions about the run, let me know. Uh, I'm not like the biggest silk song like connoisseur, you smell me? But if I can answer, I will try, okay? I'm good. We are starting over because we are doing the thing. You have a question? What is question? Okay, so after saying hi and bye to Ada, we will just keep going right, and we will ring our first bell. So we do need to ring 5 bells to fight the last judge, because we need to do the last judge routing for Steel Heart. Okay, once you rang the bell, just go up, and we will save our friend. So this actually relates to the last judge. So technically, last judge doesn't count to a percentage, but we need to clear that room. We need to clear that room for the fleas, which the first one we just saved. Taking the fleas to Fleetopia will grant us like 2 or 3% because of the rewards that they give. So yeah. In that section where you save the flea, just ignore the enemies that spawn. Like, they will try to chase you, but they will not be able to reach you. This one is a bit tricky to deal with, but I think it's worth it, because he is guarding a lot of beads. I'm gay because your mom is, okay? And I'm dating your mom, okay? Okay, Mr. Crow, does that answer your question? Trying to do a guide here, now you make me look like a Homo sapien on YouTube. Oh. Also, you need to grab the crafting metal here. Craft metal. This does not count to a percentage, but it does allow you to buy something that counts to it, which is the tools. Now, before we go any further, what I want to do is go up here. You don't have to if you don't want to, but there's a lot of beads here that's really useful for early game, or for the entire game in general. And I think it's also good practice for if you're not used to Hunter's Crest. It's good practice for the pogos. Where is your 20k? I already gave you, Mr. Crow. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello, AK. Wait, I haven't given you guys 20k. Okay, so you do get a lot of beads here, like 100 or 5,000. I don't know. But very useful early game. What, you don't have... Okay, so from here, just go back to where we came from. And then we will get our very first throwable tool. Okay, you don't need to kill her, but she hit me first, so I'm killing her out of spite. Okay, so from here... don't go to 100 smarts just yet. You can go now for sure, but I recommend going there once we have the sprint. And don't forget to grab the beast, the beads here, because it's a lot of beads. Okay. So in this little area, this is where we will get our very first tool, which is the straight pins. And if you want, you can kill this guy for practice. Don't really need to, but you know, he gives you money. He gives you beads. Don't forget to equip your tool. You might need it, you know, at one point. But yeah, I like equipping it early, just in case we need to fight someone at a distance. So in this section, you want to avoid going down here because there's like several platforms and several enemies. You don't want to deal with that. So from here, you want to jump as high as you can and then just down hit. Just down hit twice, okay? So this will ensure that you will land on that platform safely. You can also do it just once, but 2 for safety. And if you fall on the lava, it's okay. Do not panic. Just swim or something. Okay. I I think I haven't received 20k, really? Should I give you? So once you reach the chakra room, or when you hear chakra sing, you wanna go up in this section. You can ignore this guy or you can kill him. It's up to you to show mercy. But you can use him to boost you up here, so you don't have to use the elevator thing. And same here, just you wanna stay up as much as you can. Oops. And down slashing is really helpful in this section. Because it helps you avoid enemies. And it also avoids you getting hurt from the lava. I mean from the rocks. I don't know what you call molten rocks in that section. Okay, here it would be nice to have a silk spear to use to hit the ants. So when you enter this arena, just remember that the ant closest to you is invincible. So I recommend just throwing a needle spear. I mean silk spear. Throwing a silk spear so that you damage the guy behind. And whenever you have your silk spear, I do recommend using it just to end the fight a lot quicker. Because, you know, the faster they die, the less likely they damage you. Yes, mommy? You're abusing my dementia dimension. Okay, here, just take a leap of faith and down slash. Don't worry, even if you don't land on a platform or on a safe spot, you will end up pogoing either the ant or the spikes. So really just have faith in yourself and just down slash on the way down in that section. Okay, from here, there is one thing that you need before you leave the room. Which is to save your second flea. Oh! Okay. You can kill this guy, he gives you a little bit of money. And then from here, just grab whatever resources you can, which is this silk, this shard bank thingy, and also the beads here. Now from here, technically, you can fight... Oh wait, not yet. So before you proceed to fighting Lace, make sure you unlock the Bellway station here. It's only 40 rosaries. And break this wall here to save your third flea. Now there's two enemies in this section. Just ignore them. Okay, because you don't need to fight anyone in this section really. You're just fighting the lava that's missing platforms. Okay. Oh! So he is the third flea. And we do need to kill 2 more. Sorry, save 2 more. Please don't kill the fleas. Now here, technically, you can fight Lace now. Yeah. But personally, I like going down here to grab a spool fragment. And again, you can grab this one much later in the game. Perhaps after you've beaten 4 brothers. But I really want to have a full spool as soon as possible. So this one would be the first. And then the second one we will get by the time in Grimoire. So if you're here, there's 2 enemies, just ignore them. They're not gonna hurt you, they're just gonna try to, but they won't reach you, so it's okay. So we do need full HP. Oops. Yeah, truly we need full HP. So I'll just kill this guy. And if you need extra silk, there's this guy up there that you can kill through the platform. There, now you get extra silk. Oops. So when fighting Lace, it is Lace 1 at least, it is I would recommend counting your hits. I keep saying this, every time I say this I fail, okay? But you count your hits, and just remember that every 11th hit, every 11th needle strike does stagger her. So you wanna stagger her like in this area, which is so she will fall onto the lava. Oh. Okay, I lost count. But I only got to do it on the first part, but that's essentially the idea. You know, on the 11th hit she will stagger, so I recommend hitting her for when she staggers. Because falling off the lava deals 8 damage to her, or 8 needle strikes to her, so it will end the fight a lot quicker. Okay, here. From here, you just keep going to far fields. Some people do this a lot later for the cloak. I don't know how they can do that much later in the game. But personally, I go here for to get the cloak a lot earlier. So you just visit this room for Chakra. So she will draw the map for you. I mean, sorry, you would need to buy all the maps that she sells to do the quest, the Chakra quest. And that Chakra quest will reward you with a 1%. Okay, I should have done 3. So in that fall, I don't recommend doing it because it's very unsafe. So just do the safest route that you feel like doing, which is to stick to the wall. Stick to the wall and then just follow the path down. What I was trying to do was just skip to the next platform. So before you leave the room to start the spine quest, make sure to sit on the bench so that you will have a lot easier time getting back here. I recommend sticking to this wall right here, so you can do a different route, and this route gives you a rosary string. So we really need as much money as we can, and we just wasted a lot of beads. Okay, there's no strat here, just farm. Oops. Okay, we just farm and already we failed. Just farm the flint stuff here. to retain player base. I don't play Clash of Clans. I'm sorry, cannot relate. Okay. And this is why it's important to sit on that bench, because once you're done, you can just safely save and quit, then it will bring you back here to turn in your quests. How did you know? I mean, it's okay. No one can see through the curtains. You're not missing much with the Clash of Clans? So many people are addicted to that game, so I feel like I am missing out. You smell me? Okay, once you have your Drifter's Cloak, you can now get your first Mass Shard. So it's important to practice. So the cue to start jumping and floating from that exploding platform is when the platform starts to shake, just jump and start your float. Okay. So just be careful because there is a black guy over here, and if you're he camouflages in the area really well, so if you don't notice him, you might, you know, get damaged. And I recommend to being careful when you go down there. Now here looks a little bit scary, but just trust your Drifter's Cloak, okay? From here, stick to the left wall, and then we go back to where we came from, and we are gonna fight the fourth chorus. Now for any percent, you don't have to fight him technically, but we need to clear this section for a boss much later in the game. Because that boss that gives us a reward. That counts to a percentage. I can't hit him. Okay, I don't really have a strat for fourth chorus, but every time he uses any of his arms to hit me, I use my Silk Spear. That would deal him a lot of damage. I think the only tip I really have is for the third phase. Okay, this phase right here. Once you enter this phase, there will be like air ducts thing. You wanna use your Drifter's Cloak to destroy the lava rock thing from above him, and that would end the fight right away. Or not right away, but you know, as soon as it hits him. So what this does is it skips like 2 cycles, I believe, 2 or 3 cycles. So not only is it a time save, it helps you from dying. From not dying, rather. Okay, now from here, you wanna go towards Deep Dock's secret entrance. Just to get the warding bell. Now, if you want, you can actually grab this before getting the Drifter's Cloak. Personally, yeah, I should have gotten this before getting the cloak. Sometimes I forget. So when you do this run, do not forget to grab the warding bell. Okay, from here, you do need to unlock all the amenities in Farfields, which is the bench and also the Bellway station. We will be needing both. Right now, your priority should be the bench, because you do need to sit on the bench for a safer save quit later. Don't forget to equip your warding bell and your other tools. In this section, you want to stay up. Okay, make sure you don't fall, because if you fall, it is a little bit of a headache to get back up here, because you will be fighting ants below. So just stay alert. Here, I want to kill the ant guy Because he does guard a lot of beads, and he himself have a lot of beads. Which I really hope he didn't need to do that, but okay. So anyway, after playing with that ant guy right there, just keep going right. And make sure you don't step on this trigger. Because it will put you in a cage and it is a hassle, okay? After you save the flea, you can safely save quit. So as soon as that cage breaks, just you can leave. You can safely leave. So not only will this avoid the ant that spawns when you free the flea, it also avoids just the back walk back in general. This is why you unlock every Bellway station you encounter, because after far fields you want to go back to deep docks. So once you're back in deep docks, you want to go all the way back up. I think you can also use the marrow. You can also use the marrow station, Bellway station. I should check it. I should check. But yeah, you can either go from the marrow or deep docks. Personally, I use deep docks because it is a lot closer to the Hunter's March entrance, which is this one right here. And this is why it is important to have the sprint, because when fighting this guy, he does have a really big range. And you wanna be able to run away when he swings at you. You can also jump over it, but personally, I feel a lot safer when I run away from him. But yeah, just be careful. I died several times to that guy, not gonna lie. But just be careful, but also be aggressive. Don't be afraid to hit him, except when he swings at you, because that can actually kill you. Okay. Here is everyone's dreaded platforming area. But it's okay. You can do it with practice. You just keep going up here and save your last flea. Awoo! And you can once again save quit. This will take you back to the Farfields Bellway station, which is perfect because we want to be back to the marrow. So from here, from the marrow is where we fought the Bell Beast. And if you remember from the bench here, we went up. We went up after leaving this room, but this time we go down. Okay. So it's nice to do down slashes as you go down, because this is a lot safer than just jumping down. Because if there is an enemy below you, then you can just hit them automatically, or you will hit a spike. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's a lot safer to down slash. I should have down slashed there, and look what it got me. The thing hit me. Okay, but anyway, we talked to the flea master, and he gives us the lost flea quest, which is saving 5 fleas. And well, would you look at that? We already saved all 5 along the way. So this is why it's really helpful to grab what you can along the way, to avoid going back and forth. So I really recommend going the flea route to Greymore instead of Farfields to Greymore, because we really do need to save all the fleas. Welcome to Greymore. Here you don't have to fight Morwing, because we are here safely with the fleas. So this saves you. This does 2 things. If you do the flea route, you know, it avoids 1 boss, and it also helps you with progression. So don't forget to get the flea brew here. It counts to 1%, because it is a tool, and all tools count to 1%. It is up to you to use it or not, but if this is your first run, I don't recommend using flea brew, because it can be a little bit dangerous. You know, you're zooming through the map, and if you're not yet familiar with what comes ahead, you might get damaged. So I do not recommend. So here, what we want to do here is just grab the memory shard. Personally, I also kill this big mouse along the way for Hunter's Journal, because this is the only time that we will encounter a big rat during the run, so might as well kill him while he's here. So after getting your first memory locket, you wanna unlock the Bellway station for Greymore. And you don't have to wait for this whole thing to finish. You can just, after they take your money, it is safe to leave. And what that does is just help us with traveling in general, because later we will need to go back to Greymore. Okay, I would equip Flavor, but I won't use it in this section right here, because there will be a cutscene. There will be a cutscene, and you know, you will be wasting your Flavor if you use it. Once you're able to move, you can now use the Flea Brew. So, one thing to note, once you reach Shellwood, there will be a lot of hostile stuff trying to kill you. But just ignore them, you don't have to fight them. If you get hit, just move on. Unless you want to kill them out of spite as well, that's also perfect. But yeah. I do need full health, so I need to collect silk. Okay, I think this is enough. I will let that little guy live, for I am a woman of mercy. Okay. Now here, these flower guys, you can kill them before they explode. Okay. But you do have to be fast. So I recommend just doing 2 at a time. I wish this guy actually doesn't go up too high. Okay, here there is a bench that you can use. It's only 40 beads. So if you need the reset, jeez. So it's up to you if you need the reset here or change your tools. It's only 40 beads. Are you happy with yourself, Mr. Igno? You happy? Okay, once you're off the elevator, don't forget to unlock this door. This is important that you unlock that door, so you don't have to go all the way around. Say hi to Chakra. Oh, I think I fully brewed too early. Yeah, okay. Here, you just ignore the flowers that spawn. You don't have to interact with them really. Okay. What? Okay, now you... why I fail. Okay, anyway. So here, just take your time here. If you run, you might hit the thorns or the enemies. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm trying to be careful because this guy over here can kill us through this ledge, so just try to jump around when you see an upcoming urine spit. Okay, so from here, I remember because last time we tried to take it. But yeah. So I think this is a really dangerous area. You can practice in the section before this with the water. But yeah. Now before you pick this up, just mentally prepare yourself, okay? You need to yeet out of here, okay? Once you pick this up. Because getting this will trigger flowers to spawn. Make sure you leave that... Yeah, I was about to say make sure you leave this area before these two guys spawn. Okay. Because they will give you a lot of trouble. Hey, I'm giving myself a lot of trouble. Okay. We usually do that a lot cleaner, but hey, I'm only human after all. Okay, before you leave this section, make sure... before you go to the next section, which is here, make sure you have enough silk to use your skill, just to save you a little bit of time. We are not fighting Sister Splinter, do not worry. She does not grant us any reward, so we can skip her. But before you do the skippage, make sure you get your first polyp heart. You do need 6, and 6 of them will grant you 1 tool, which counts to 1%. So here I think everyone's done this already. The famous Garama skip. What this does is actually just basically bait this flower guy up here. So once he's up here and then he reaches that black vine leaf thing, you can safely pogo off him for a little bit of boost. So what this does is skip Sister Splinter. You don't have to fight her, as I've mentioned, but if you are feeling mad and cool, you know, if you're feeling legendary, you can go ahead and fight her. Personally, I haven't fought her ever since I tried ever since I tried this run. Well, the only time that I actually want to do a guide, I am doing horribly. What a humble guide! Apologies, I am but a mere mortal. You finally have your cling grip. Congratulations, this is a very essential skill to have. And you got this without fighting a boss. Congratulations. Now that you did an easy skip, it is time for you to do a much easier one, okay? So you need to get the polyp heart here, but obviously you can't jump from here. So there is 2 ways. One is for you to go up there, or you can ask Mr. Skizzer over here for some help. No? Kuya, can you please come here? I need assistance. Okay, thank you. So, I would say, even though it's difficult, it's really worth learning. Because if you go the regular route, it is much more dangerous than that. And even if you fail that jump, you can just re-enter the room. Just make sure you don't actually kill the guy. So this is actually where you fight Sister Splinter, so do not go there. I repeat, do not go. Okay. From there, just keep going right. And don't worry if you're not full HP, because you will... there will be some easy enemies that you can farm silk from. I recommend grabbing the shard bundle there, because shards will be very useful much later in the game. So before you go down to Widow, let's save the flea here. I recommend saving the flea now, because there's really no other time for you to there's no other time for you to come here, or at least that section in Belvane. You get some free beads. For safety, just wait for this guy to come up here. Because if you go down right away, you will get damage. You will get damage. I'm just gonna farm these guys for silk so that we have some when we fight Widow. Okay, you guys ready for Widow? I don't really have a strat for her. I just fight her and hope for the best. Yeah, I'm sure there's like I'm sure there's better guides out there for Widow, how to fight Widow. But I think how I approach her is really just try to be aggressive because she has a lot of openings. Every time she attacks you, she she is vulnerable to attacks. But just be careful after she throws like maybe 2 rounds of bells, she will do the blade hand thing. But just be careful when she does that because you cannot outrun her, you can only jump over her. But yeah, it is important to be aggressive. So because we got a skill from this encounter, it will hard save us to this room. So it is good for us because that means we can go grab other objectives and then safely come back to Belheart without going through Shellwood. So this is one of the bells that you do need to ring to fight the last judge. And if, like me, you have a patience issue, you can just safely exit once the room starts shaking. You can choose to sit on the bench, you know, refill your tools. I hope you guys are not hearing the obnoxious motorcycles that's passing by the street. But yeah, so we need to pass in that exit to get the fourth polypart. This will take you to the area with the bench. So before you leave here, make sure you grab that rosary string. Oops. This is the location of the 5th. Okay. You want silk. You want silk so you can have at least one skill for this. Now, you want to bait those 2 mosquitoes here so that you can freely break their nest. Because it is a lot of pain to try to break it when mosquitoes are trying to suck your blood. Okay, so this is a long pin. It is important for it counts to 1%, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now from here we go get our last polyp part. Lots of mosquitoes along the way. Eh, didn't break. Okay. So, now that we have all poly parts, you wanna come up here and talk to the witch? She will give you a tool. This is one of my favorite tools. A gray root, sorry. So just skip all the dialogues. It's also important for Act 2 quest. The long pin, the hunter's wish, yes, because you need the long pins for the skewer, to skewer meat. I also know a spot where you can quickly farm for those, but I'll explain once we get there. Oh wait, why did I leave? So after getting the poly pouch, you can safely save quit. You will spawn here as long as you didn't sit on any other bench. Okay, now from here we go back to Bellheart. A now free Bellheart. Is this payment for real? Thank you, Joseph. How are you? Oops. Nice reel, yeah, yo mama, Miss Mommy. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, now that Bellheart is finally free, so merchants are back. So you wanna talk to Pliny for a free upgrade? This is very useful just in general. You know, you deal a lot of damage. You deal more damage rather. And since we picked up one relic, you can choose to sell this relic now if you are short. If you're short in cash. Personally, I would do it a lot later when I have more relics, just to skip all the dialogue. But I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. Okay, and don't forget to take all the wishes in Bellheart. This is very important, especially the Krobag quest, the Krobag clearing, because we will be going to Greymore for not just that, but for other things as well. Personally, I also like buying the memory locket from her. So this isn't a priority, but if you don't have 450 beads, don't buy it, because you do need the money to unlock the Bellway station here. Yes, more guides. I hope I'm gonna go far here, so it's actually worth the guide. But yes. So now that you've unlocked this Bellway, if you remember, we unlocked the Greymore Bellway station already. So instead of running all the way back, you can just safely ride on Ada. Fingers crossed, yes, fingers crossed. New PB. I want to get to 75% at least. Okay. From here, oh not there. You go up. Go up here, and there will be a mini fight. Quick. Okay. From here, make sure you talk to Craig or the barkeep. If you don't talk to him, you won't be able to gather the rag pelts or the quest items. So it would be such a waste, you know, you would be wasting time. Once you see that the wish has been updated, go up here to Nu. Okay, Nu will give you the Bugs of Farloom quest, which is basically a Hunter's Journal. You do need it. The Hunter's Journal itself doesn't count to a percentage, but finishing this quest, Nu gives you a reward, and that reward equates to 1%. Okay? I hope I am explaining things good. Oh yeah, so from the bar, just go up. Make sure you Stay up and don't fall, because you can fall here and it is a lot of U-turns. Okay, personally I grab the beads here and lure this poor guy for his pelts. Nothing personal, just business. Okay. You can also farm those two birds for their pelts. Personally, I just skip them. Now this guy, I like fighting this guy because he gives you a lot of pelts and also money. Okay, it's not worth going down to collect it, but you know, for demonstration purposes. Just ignore those two guys. You don't need to fight them, and they're not gonna catch up to you, so... Okay, I lied. Perhaps they will catch up to you. Okay. Yeah, at least we got rag pelts from him. You don't need to do that skip, by the way. The spike skip. You can just use a much safer route, which is to the left side of this area. It is completely up to you, but it is fun doing the spike skips. Okay, make sure you ring the bell there. That is gonna be the 4th bell. And then from here, just mentally prepare yourself to fight the crows. Where are we at? I was called over for lunch. We are at 13%. We are about to fight the birds. So, yeah, just fight the birds along the way, but not the small ones, because they only give you 1 rag pelt and it's not really worth it. But anyway, we will be fighting the arena here, and you can gather pelts from this arena. Okay, I'm just collecting. Just collecting silk. Okay, ready? I died like once here, so we need to be careful, especially with how consistent the flights of the birds are. Okay, I think we've collected enough. Okay, cool. Full stack. Okay, don't forget to unlock the thing, because we do need to fight them just to unlock the balls that we can jump over. Use to jump. Yeah, these things. We needed to get the thread storm and the 2 other objectives, so unfortunately we have to fight the birds to use their balls. Yeah, truly, this is worst section in the galaxy. Oops. So your goal here is to go up in this section, ask this bird Jared to boost you, so you don't have to do the parkour between the spikes. So that, yeah, it is a quick skip, very useful skip, easy to do, so I recommend doing that skip. Congratulations, you finally get Hornet's iconic skill, which is the thread storm. Hello Ben, how are you? How is? Okay, from here, make sure you stick to the right wall, because you will have 2 objectives here. Okay, Just make sure you really stick, because if you are a bit far, you can't grab the ledge here. See how close it's sticking to the wall? Okay, anyway. So again, stick here. Oh, I can't believe he didn't die. Okay. After obliterating that crow. Oh! You can save this flea. There's no other time for you to save this flea, so it's really best for you to pick him up right now. Okay. And we are safe. From here, you can grab the beads here. Very important. Money is very important in this game. And then we can go back to Belhart. No, sorry. We don't go back to Belhart just yet. But... but we, on the way to Belhart, we will grab a lot of objectives. But before we do that, let's go down here. Go down here for... what's this? Bone scroll. Okay. So you can use this for money. Relics don't count to a percentage, but it is still worth grabbing them along the way because they are worth a lot of money. You could get the running charm too for time. Yeah, we will also get the silk anklets. I really love using that one also. Long claw, we will do it much later in the game. In Act 2. But before we go to Act 2, I do want to clear a lot of stuff in this section in Act 1, so we don't have to keep going back and forth. So before leaving, make sure you remember to turn in your quest. So turning in this quest will give you a crafting kit. And that crafting kit counts to 1%. So all the tool upgrades, tool upgrades, by tool upgrades I mean the crafting kits and the pouch upgrade. They all count to... they all count to 1%. Well, I just want to grab the money, and this guy wants to snip my balls. Okay, sorry. So we are on the way to get the Reaper's Crest, my personal favorite. But for the sake of Steelheart, you know, I'm already getting used to the Hunter's Crest, so I will just stick to the Hunter's Crest. But yeah, like I said, there's no... you can come back later in the game for this, but personally I find it useful to grab it as early as now, so that no, it's a bit out of the way later in the game. Oop. Oh, we're gonna die to this centipede looking guy. Oh, we don't have silk. Too bad. I want them to come in the middle. Okay, never mind. I had a vision, and the vision did not come to fruition. Bars, okay. That was the cleanest fight I have ever had in world history, okay? Cleanest fight in history. Don't deny such. Okay, now that we got Reaper's Crest, it is time for us to go back to Shellwood and then Bone Bottom. But technically, after ringing the Shellwood bell, you can go Blasted Steps and fight the last judge. But personally, I just want to really prep. You know, I want to prep, I want to get as much HP as I can. Okay. See, I'm not used to this crest anymore because I've been using Hunters so much. Okay, anyway. Let me just switch back. So from here, we go Shellwood to ring the bell. And then on the way down to Bone Bottom, we will save Tip. So make sure you grab that wish, the missing courier wish. Oh. Do you know about the Morwing cheese using Reaper? I I didn't see, but I heard there's a lot of cheesing activities when it comes to Morwing. But I haven't seen it. Do you have a video? Do you have a link to reference? Ah, I forgot to change my skill. Okay, this is gonna be a pain to do. Okay, you don't have to fight him, but he does give you a lot of money, so I recommend fighting this guy. And just be careful because you don't want the beads to fall off the map. You know, it would be such a waste. Okay, I will look it up. It sounds fun. Although we won't be fighting Morwing. It's fun watching how other people play the game. Yes, mommy? Okay. So, here, just go up. Oops. Instead of going straight down to Bone Bottom, you come up here to ring the bell. Try not to die along the way. So as long as you have like...
Get
oh, jeez! Wow, you guys love to torture me. I see how it is. I see how it is. Mr. Van, I cannot believe you would do such things. Okay, after ringing the bell, you can you leave the room to skip the animation actually. So remember to unlock the bellway station. Now that we've rung all the bells, you can go to the last judge fight. You can go to Blasted Steps. But again, personally, I really want to grab what I can during Act 1. And also just in preparation to fight the last judge in general, you know, you get an upgraded upgraded Hunter's Crest, and you get an extra mask. So. You die a lot in Steel Soul, especially in your first few tries, because you're not used to it yet. But you know, after like 10 tries, maybe you will die much later in the game. Mahao, see? Even Tip agrees. He said, yeah, you can do it, Mahao. That's what he said. I know, I speak courier language. Yes, mommy? Okay, good night, then. I see how it is. You choose sleep over me. I see. I see how it is. Okay, so you get your third fragment, and we will get the very last one back at either Bone Bottom or at Atla, okay? So you just ignore this guy, you don't have to fight him. He doesn't count to a percentage. Before you go, you do want to grab those beads. And also make sure you don't fall. Because if you fall, a part of you dies. Okay, so here, don't forget to unlock the elevator. Try not to get distracted by the mosquitoes. Because we will grab our third spool fragment. We may fall down. Okay, you don't have to unlock this, I don't think. But, you know, you're here, so might as well unlock shortcuts. Even if you won't need them. Okay, before you free fall to Bone Bottom, make sure you grab this moss berry. And once you're back here, you can just turn in any quest. Turn in whatever quest you can. Grab all the quests. You can do this later again in the game, but it's better to have them now. So in case you encounter, like for example, this one, Garb of the Pilgrims, we're not gonna farm for them right now, but in case we encounter pilgrims along the way, we can, we can grab garbs along the way, basically. I make sure I have 480 beads here, so I can buy all of the things that she's selling except for the simple key, because you will need this much later in the game anyway. So the first thing I want to get is all the other items, and then the mass shard last, because once you get the mass shard, it does this whole cutscene and it will exit you. It will take you out of the shop. So it's best to buy that last. Okay. Personally, I really like this tool, so I would equip it. Now from here, we will go say hi to Ava and ask her for a crest upgrade. Because we couldn't access this earlier in the game, but now that we have Needlein, we can finally open the peaches and yes. So while we're here, we also grab 2 other objectives. And again, you can do this much later in the game, but you're already here, so might as well. No. You can also do this later in the game, like the crest upgrades. But personally, I really I want to have the upgrades as soon as they're available, because it will help you fight enemies, increases your survivability basically. If you're not fond of Hunter's Crest, you can do this much later in the game. If you want to keep the Reaper, you don't have to come all the way here just for Ava to upgrade it. Because she will only be upgrading your primary crest, which is the Hunter's Crest. But it is important to talk to Ava once you have all the crests, because she will give you, you need to bind her basically, and binding her equates to 1%. So yeah, you need to bind her, basically, essentially is what I'm trying to say. And you can safely leave once you have a full spool, because this guy takes two spears, and one needle hit or one straight pin. So it's fairly safe to leave. It's easy to leave that room. Now before grabbing the mass shard, make sure you grab the rune harp there, because it is a lot of money. You don't want to waste. You don't want to waste resources. Okay, this can be a bit challenging on the first time, but eventually you will get used to the pattern, So don't worry, you don't have to worry much about this section in general. But just be careful, especially if it's your first time. Okay, from here, unfortunately, we have to walk all the way back to Bone Bottom. Because getting an upgrade from Ava does hard save us to this section. So we have to walk. But it's okay. At least the scenery is nice. Yes, mommy? Demerit. So yeah. But some words hard to pronounce. But if I'm not speaking proper, feel free to correct me. I always appreciate free education. Doing Steel Soul in full commentary, I don't know how you manage it. I'm not sure if I'm managing it at all. Sometimes I lose focus when I'm talking about what to do. Okay, so we went back to Deep Docks just to get one item. Now you can do this much later. everything here really. You can do much later. Personally, I like doing it early. Ui. Okay, so just zoom across these guys. They are of no consequence. And now that you have the clean grip, you can finally reach here. You can also do this earlier, much earlier in the game, using the guys that throws balls at you. You can use him to boost, but I haven't tried it personally, so that's why I didn't demonstrate it, because I might die trying to attempt it. Okay. So this is a gun arena that you wanna do as before Act 3, because by Act 3, very high possibility that the enemies here will be possessed by voidlings, and it is so much trouble fighting them that time. Okay, so make sure, even if you don't do it now, just make sure you don't do it during Act 3. Well, only 71% of it has been managed so far. Don't say things out loud just because they're true. Hello, Mr. Simo. Okay, I believe we cleared everything that we can grab, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but... Okay. So from here, we are now ready to go to Blasted Steps, okay? My favorite boss, last judge, okay? She is... she kinda... The last judge is my... Hear me out. Yes, mommy? Okay, anyway. Let us not talk about such vulgarity. Eh, anyway, in Blasted Steps, really just ignore the enemies that spawn, or at least try, because you don't have to fight them at all. Like, really just ignore them. But I will be fighting the pilgrims up here for their clothing. Oops. I need this guy to come here because I don't want him to fall off. I don't want him to fall off, you know? You want to strip them off. I'm making it difficult for myself for no reason. Thank you, Mr. DA. Okay. So, just grabbing garbs along the way. And before you proceed, make sure you grab the memory locket here. There is no other time for you to grab this, so just grab it right now. Okay. So here, and just be careful. That's really, that's my very useful tip. Just be careful. Okay, you can pogo off them, but I recommend dashing after you pogo off them, because okay, that was actually a really good example. Because if you don't dash, they dash. If you don't dash after you pogo them, if they do dash after waking up, you will get hit. Okay? So that is just for safety. You can also grab the charge attack. Should I attempt to grab the charge attack right now? Kinda want it, not gonna lie. But, okay, anyway, we're already up here. Oops. Here, your priority should be the Bellway station. If you are in full health, if you are confident enough to move on, you don't need to unlock the bench. But I'm not confident. I lack 2 HP, I don't want to use all my silk. And I want a refill of my flea brew. Okay. So before we go to last judge, We do need to grab a craft metal. The strat here is to... The strategy to navigating Blasted Sap is just to, you know the way, number one. Know the way, and also to just send it. Just send it. Don't stop for anything, okay? Don't wait for the enemies to wake up. Don't wait for the enemies to attack. Just ignore them. Okay? Because if you wait for them to attack you, or if you wait for them to start their attack, you are putting yourself in danger, okay? Hello, Forquit, how are you? That's up there in usefulness with just don't die. You're welcome. Okay, so my tip for the last judge is just be aggressive. I feel like confidence is really key to defeating the bosses. Imagine I'm saying these things and then I lose to last judge. Okay, anyway. As soon as you are able to move, dash towards her, hit her up to 4 times, and jump Silk Spear. When she spins her weapon, dash away and then again Silk Spear. When she is charging like this, hit her twice, jump Silk Spear. If you can tell if she's gonna throw her weapon or spin it, you can always run, keep your distance, and either Silk Spear or throw your straight pins. Raya. When she charges like this, it means she is gonna dash across the arena and leave fire pillars. You can use Silk Spear or throw your pins. Oh! I don't know why I ran to her. Okay, so when she does like all her moves where she swings her... I don't know what the thing is called, but like her weapon, you can always Thread Storm. Needle Strike. So that's why I recommend using the spear. The Silk Spear. Well, I can't the skills, but the spear, is very useful to have for this boss fight because you can attack her in many ways. Every time she uses her weapon, you can always just spear her. So far, I've learned just send it and know everything. Not everything. You just need to learn the patterns. Well, I must be doing a horrible job at explaining. I'm sorry. Apologies. Let's get... I won't hear you out. Do you not see what I see? Last judge has like a Coca-Cola body, you smell me? Okay, I'm not lesbian, I'm just saying, you smell me? Just explain better, okay? I will do my best. I am horrible at explaining. Okay, so once you get to the Citadel, don't go to Underworks, okay? I repeat, do not go to Underworks. It is a very dangerous place for people like us, okay? So just do the puzzle, the scales puzzle. You can watch how you can check how I did it. Just replay the video and use it as a guide. I didn't make any mistakes there, I believe. Hopefully I didn't, so it would be easier for you to track. But yeah, it is a fairly easy puzzle. And don't forget to grab the spool at the very top, because really there's no other time that you will be getting that. And then just stick to the right wall to break the secret shortcut. So it is fairly safe here. You can use Flea Brew. I'm not sure why I'm not using the Flea Brew. Now it's a bit late. Too late for me to use it. But yeah, you can practice zooming in this area because no enemy will spawn until Lace comes to the screen, okay? After meeting Lace, 2 enemies will spawn. So you can choose to ignore them. They're harmless, really. They don't chase you around the map. But you wanna... Woo! I am low HP, oh my god. But you want... I don't need therapy, I have no issues. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I'm not worried because there is a bench here that we can sit on. But low-key, I am scared that we will die. Okay, just ignore this section because I'm just trying to farm for silk, okay? Okay. Safe! So from here, heal and then continue here. So just keep going up. 3 enemies will spawn here. Try your best to ignore them. And just go straight to the bench, okay? You can face tank them. It's whatever, it's just 1 HP when you get hit. And you get a little bit of invincibility once you are hit. You know, the contact damage. So really no need to worry. So yeah, just remain calm, do not panic. If you panic, you die. That is the words I live by. You know, I would know because I panic a lot. I panic a lot, and whenever I panic, I lose the game. So no room for panics here, okay? Therapist, send me your address right now. Send me your address for payment purposes. Okay, once you're here in Grand Bellway, just make sure you do not sit on this lovely looking bench, okay? Do not bench. I repeat, do not bench, okay? So once you've unlocked both the terminus and the Bellway station, they're both very important. Once you've unlocked them, you can safely save and quit, and this will take you back near the Citadel entrance. So the only reason that we really went all the way there is to unlock the terminus and the Grand Bellway early. We will need them. So from here, just go back, and once you see this sleeping pilgrim, go to this room. And here we will get like 3 objectives, including lots of money. So, oops. I recommend killing these guys over here for their fortune. I think the other one did not die. Okay, now she's dead. Okay. Oh, we didn't get beads from that. Okay, anyway. So the pathway above is locked anyway, so let's just keep going left. And once you're here in this room, don't go to this section. Instead, you go up. You go up, and then if you enter this room right here, not this room. If you enter that room right there, you will see a silk dispenser. You can use that if you must. But the objective is here on the right, which is a flea. Oh! Now you can choose to ignore her, you know, but she does give you 6 beads. Just make sure you don't get you don't interact with the bellboy, the bell bee thing, okay? Because they are such a pain to deal with. So after you save the flea, just go to the room next in front of it to get a cog heart piece. We do need 3. We do need 3 pieces to complete a cog heart. And we need it for second sentinel. Now, technically, waking up the second sentinel doesn't give us any percentage, but he will give us a reward after a little bit of hardship. he will give us a reward, and that reward, oops, that reward equals to 1%. Okay. I think I should just heal that 1 HP. Okay, go down straight. Ignore the enemies that spawn. You don't have to fight them. There is no reason to fight them. Okay, make sure you have enough silk to unlock this breakable door, because it is such a pain to destroy with that girl, that enemy trying to kill you. So what we're getting here is a flea. Hello. So just be careful not to get hit by the blades. The visual cue is this, just the middle. Okay? And you should be fairly safe when going up. I find it a lot safer to just pogo off the spikes, so that you don't have to wait for the platforms to come up. Okay, from here, you will be encountering those big bee-looking guys, wasp-looking guys. Just ignore them, okay? Once you pass them, just pogo off them. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to waste your time on them. But if you are not full HP, you can just farm silk. Just keep going in and out, and you run away and you get silk, and then you come. Or if you want, you can also just defeat them for money, shards, and silk. But personally, I just ignore them. Okay, so for the cogwrick dancers, I don't really have a strat here. The only strat I follow is to target one single guy, one side. So for the first two phases, I target the guy on the right. Because they don't have a shared HP, so it's a lot easier to follow just one guy. Now for the third phase, because they're not synced up anymore, I recommend following the guy on the left, because he starts his run. Oops. He starts moving a lot later. Oh. He starts a lot later, and you can put in a lot of hits while he just spawned. Okay. It's nice to have. It would be nice to have the charge attack during this fight, because there's a lot of opportunities to use it. Okay. Now, if you're like me and you don't want to watch the whole animation thing, you can just safely exit the room once you see the hunter's mark at the bottom left of the screen. So you will skip the whole animation of the mechanism and stuff like that. So one of my favorite sections, cogwork core. I lied. Okay, so from here, make sure you bench, just in case you are missing HP. Or if you simply want to change your tool sets. For this next section though, I recommend having a silk spear and a straight pin, because we are about to fight in an arena. Oops. For a mass shard. Again, you can do this much later in the game, but personally, I come here early. So, how I deal with these guys, I just want to push them off the platform. Because it is a lot of pain to fight them. So this is where your Silk Spear and Straight Pin come in handy. Once they've all aligned, you can use your Silk Spear and then throw 2 pins at this guy and he dies. That is my strategy for this arena. You just try to... Okay. Just try to survive, really. And this guy, once you see him... Oh, jeez. Okay. Hello, whoever did that, you are banned, okay? You are banned from the stream. Okay, this guy, just use your Silk Spear. Reserve the rest of your Silk Spear for that guy. He is very difficult to deal with because his defense is very high, but you have to wait for him to like pull back his spear. Because he will be vulnerable when he is trying to poke you with it, okay? Once he pulls his spear, just be ready to pogo him. You can safely kill him from the top. Okay, after you've beaten all those guys up, congratulations, you got your mass shard. You can choose to go back to the bench if you need HP reset. But if you are if you have a good amount of HP, you can continue to Cogbricks. Hello, Mr. Kutomho. How are you? Were you the one who did it? Okay, I see. Okay, so from here, I like to go all the way down. All the way down to this section. It is very dangerous, so if you're not really confident in coming here, you can do this much later in the game. What you're getting here is a spool fragment. Just spoiler alert. Now just be careful here in this gate. Once it's open and ready, you can just skip it. You don't have to like wait for it to fully open because you might die from that guy. Okay, so just be careful. Just be careful. That is my that is my tip. But don't wait for the gate to fully open if it is wide enough for you to go through it. Usually it's like 13 hits. After 13 hits, you can safely go through the gap. That is my mental counter. Every time I go to this gate, I count up to 13. So I mean 13 strikes. And after that, we are ready for a really fun parkour. Really fun asterisk. Okay. This is fun to exit. So wait for these little cogwheels to come to you. Let me try again. Okay, there we go. So it's important for you to unlock this so you don't have to keep doing that parkour every time you come here. And you will be coming here like 2 or 3 times, okay? Here, I like to just send it because if you run, you have that wheel to hit, and if you miss that, you can also just hit the area below, the cogwheels below. Okay. I should probably heal to get full HP, but it's okay. This section, I have tips for you here. Just stay in a corner, I guess. Stay in a corner where you can use your spear. Because enemies do come in they come in a line. And heal whenever you can. as much as you can, use your silk spear just to end the game, end the fight a lot quicker. You want to target the bell guy. You want to target the bell guy because he is quite annoying compared to the guys below. Just take your time. If you're not used to this gauntlet, just take your time, but don't be too slow, because if you're too slow, you are giving the enemy time to attack you, okay? So once you're in this section, you unlock the shortcut to the first shrine. And once you get here, the first thing you want to get is this white key. You want to get this now before Jubilana picks it up, because it is gonna be a very expensive item if you don't pick it up early, or before saving her, I mean. Okay. After hitting the lever, you're free to leave. I do like going back to sit on the bench here. Because we will be save quitting after we will be leaving the game after we get this terminus right here. And why we need to do this is because we need to reset the room for the Songclave wishes, okay? If it doesn't work when you spawn back to this bench, just make sure you leave the room again. You leave this room, either through the Whispering Vaults or to Cogworks, you know, in any direction really. Okay? And then you save quit again if the wish list doesn't come out, okay? But for us, it came out, so good for us, you know. I thought I was failing the skippage. Okay, you wanna be careful here. I recommend just rewatching the video until you get used to where to go, okay? Because it is important to remember the directions. Okay? So why we are trying to push that box is to get something from above, which is important because we are not really coming back in this section. Okay, it's a flea. Oh. Okay, now after saving the flea, just remember those two guys, that they will be your landmark. When you see them, just go left. Okay, go left, and this is where we do a puzzle for the pale oil. Now, I don't think you need me to guide you through this, because this is a really easy puzzle to do. Because not all boxes are movable, so whatever you can move will, you know, essentially is how you solve the puzzle. So you don't need to think too hard about it, because you can't move everything. Okay, so this right below us is the Bellway station. So this guy, that pilgrim that just fell, will be your landmark. So once you see her here, remember, go left, okay? So why we're going left is we are going to save Jubilana. And we need to save her because she sells a lot of tools that counts to completion. I do recommend having a silk spear ready, because you have to kill two guys. Okay, now instead of waiting for Jubilana to leave her hiding spot, just go here and grab beads, rosary necklace, and then come back to her, and then there, she's already out of her hiding spot. Okay, after saving Jubilana, you are free to leave. Not really. Um, Once you see the thing, the save thing on the bottom right. Okay. Come back to the first shrine. Personally, I go back to Belheart just to get my needle upgrade. Now, you don't have to do this. You can just continue your journey at the Citadel, but I really do recommend upgrading your needle, you know, because it will be easier for you. And since we're already going to Belheart, might as well grab one more thing, okay? So, okay. You can just grab the quest here, you know. Important. This is very important. You need to get the missing brother quest. Talk to Pliny. Mr. Pliny, I have a pale oil for you. And we did pick up, like, I believe 2 relics, so we can give that to, I forgot her name. The snake-looking girl. We can give it to her for money. My preference is that I want to buy a Sanders grip and a cogwork wheel and crafting kit. So I will need like 1,300 beads for that. So that's why I am trying to farm as much money as I can. Okay, and so far we are far from 1-3. And because we like that, let's see how much money we actually get. Okay, only 600. So while we're here, I'm gonna go farm for silver bells. So this is just a little bit dangerous, not that much, but dangerous and a little bit time consuming, but it's okay. It is what is. We do need 8. Oh, I thought there was something. Okay. So while we're here, because we are close to... You don't want to go all the way down, okay? Because this guy is gonna kill you. Yeah, there's no other bells. We only got one that round. Okay. So now that you're here, might as well proceed to the marrow here. You know, might as well, right? But just make sure you don't bench, okay? Just make sure you don't bench here. Rencamentis Venadal. Okay. So, why I'm doing this early, you know, you can do this a lot later. But, it's nice to have a pouch upgrade early in the game. Oops. And I think this is also good practice, you know, for throwing your pins. But if you don't care for using tools, you don't have to do this early. Okay. So this beating this guy just one time is enough, because the reward for the first round is a tool pouch upgrade, and that does count for 1%. The second time you beat him, he will reward you with beads, and it's only worth it. It's only really worth it if you beat the game like in the second try. Okay. So we continue with the silver bells farming. Eh? Yeah, okay. Good stuff. Okay, once you get all 8, you can just safely quit. Just make sure you bench in Belheart. Okay, because you don't want to go through all, you don't want to go back to first shrine. Okay, you can turn in your quest for some money. I forgot how much, but it does grant you some money. Let me see. Let's see, a rosary necklace. Okay, 120. You got 120. Now we need 400 more. So I'm gonna farm for the pins right now. Because you also need to complete all wishes anyway. You need to complete all wishes for the completion and for progression. Because you don't get to you're not able to get to Act 3 without completing the quests. There's 2 more above. You can kill this guy along the way. It's for money. Oh. Okay. And because you benched in Bellway Station, in the Grand Bellway Station. Oops. Sorry, that's my cue to clock out work. Okay. After killing the 4th guy here, you can just go back to the bench to reset the room, you know, so that they respawn. So like this wave will grant you 4 at a time. So this should take you 3 rounds. This should take you 3 rounds. Just make sure none of the pins fall off the spike, because that would be very sad if it does. There, should be the last one. So I believe turning in this quest will grant us the money that we need. Yeah, we already have 1,200, so yes. This quest, we just need to turn it in, break the beads, and then continue with the run. SMH. You are violating our contract. Okay. I will buy the item that I want from Jubilana. So it's the Assander's Grip. I won't buy the mass shard from her because we will get a full shard once we reach the vaults. Okay, I will show you where it is. But if you really want the other items along the run, you know, you just mentally note it down. So after buying from Jubilana, you wanna go back to the vaults. And this time, instead of going to left, you go to this one, you go right. Okay, now what you're gonna get in this section is a few things. I recommend kicking this box there, but this one don't touch it. Touch this later, okay, because you will need that box once you get there. So just hit that little fabric hanging around so you can grip this one, and then you get your last fragment. Now you have a full mask. Okay, so instead of buying from Jubilana, you can just get it here for free to get the full mask. But of course you still need to buy the what Jubilana is selling, but you can do it much later in the game. Okay, now here just keep going straight to the left and we will get a cog heart piece. And again, there's really no other time for you to grab this. So I recommend doing this now, during this time. Okay. Okay. And you can skip the animation by leaving and re-entering the room. And then before you fight Trubio, yes, we are about to fight Trubio, everyone's favorite boss. Would be nice if you dodge that, but hey. Okay. Before we fight him, I do want to change my skill. Wait, should I change my skill? Hello, Damisuso. Damisusu. I read the UBO, and then I just read your name as Damisusu. Okay, sorry. Okay, I personally want to use Thread Storm when fighting Trubio. Also, I will equip my Ascender's Grip because that's, you know, I bought it for a reason. Yeah, I think that's it. Personal, you can use whatever you want, okay? Just whatever you're comfortable with. Personally, I like using Thread Storm. Eh? Okay. Is it safe to fight Rubio with 1 missing HP? It would beat the purpose of okay, I will just heal. Okay. You ready for Trubio? I know I'm not. Oh wait, I want... Okay, sorry. I want to have the skill. I needed the silk thread, okay? Because when he spawns out of his thing, when he comes out of the closet, you can greet him with a thread storm. Just make sure you are at a safe distance. Hola, yaba. Eh. Awo ba? Oh no, I wasted. Ado. Oh, oh. Okay, you cannot outrun Mr. Trubio when he is in tornado mode. Noted. Trubio is a fun boss, not gonna lie, but very scary, you know. The visual clarity is not very clarifying. Okay, personally, I go back to the bench. I personally like using Silk Spear, especially during I forgot what the name is called. The Underricks, okay. Because in Underricks, there's a lot of opportunity to use the spear instead of Threadstorm. But preference, you know, it's really up to you. Oh, I feel like I could have used Flea Brew but didn't. Okay. From here, just go all the way down. And then make sure you call the elevator back up because you will need to pass by down there later. Okay, just take a leap of faith in that section, you know. If you're falling down, just remember to pogo because it's either you hit an enemy or you hit a spike. So it is fairly safe for you to do. So in this section, just stick to the left wall. Okay, left wall. And for this section, it looks scary but it looks scary, but you can freely avoid the bombers, okay? So you just have to jump, and then send it, okay? Just watch how I do it, or how I try to do it. So, okay, I was too slow, but essentially, you can essentially outrun them. And here, as soon as you free the flea, you can just leave the room while sprinting, and you will not hit a bomber along the way, okay? This guy, just hit him twice, or you can also try to dodge him by just running straight to this platform, to this ledge. But personally, I find it a lot safer to kill him. It only takes him 2 hits anyway, so should be safe. Same with this guy. Mm. It's better to kill them. It's better to kill them than to wait for them to explode. Now here you have to be very careful. You have to time this right, because this guy will come and try to explode on you. Well, that's why I prefer having a sender's grip there. Okay. So before we go get the claw line, you just need to come here to get your craft metal. And it's also nice to have the straight pin, so you can kill the enemies here from a safe distance. Okay. Here, don't pick it up yet. You need to fight this guy first. Okay. Don't be scared. Just because he's big doesn't mean he will kill you, okay? Just don't pick up the craft metal before you kill him. Okay, so that's craft metal done. And we're basically done with the dangerous sections. As long as you don't fall off the lava here. I mean, even if you fall on the lava, it's fine, because once you get the claw line, you will get full HP and full silk. So we got claw line, and now we are at 26%. Cool stuff. Okay, here just exit however you want to exit. Before you go up, okay, before you proceed, oops. Before you proceed, don't forget to grab shard bundle. Very useful late game. Okay, now this arena, it can be intimidating, but trust me, it is easy. Okay, you got this. Just make sure you use yours. Oh, I forgot this guy spawns, but you can harpoon them. And you can safely yeah, you can safely avoid them. See? Very fun and easy. There. Just make sure you use your harpoon when it comes to those bomber guys. It's very safe. Okay. Now, this is what I was saving up for. The cogwheel and crafting kit. Technically, you don't have to, you don't have to buy these things now, because later you will come back. You will come back to Underworks. Personally, I just really need to buy the. I just need to buy this to help me with the High Halls Gauntlet. So It's always up to preference, you know. It's really up to you which tools you want to use. You can climb the left wall and jump, drift or harpoon. Drift or harpoon. Yeah, true. You can, there's a lot of mobility shortcuts, mobility stuff here, which is very nice. She's very mobile. Okay, once you're done with architect, don't forget to grab the spool along the way. There is no other time for you to come here. But yeah, if you guys are into gambling on the Twitch stream, I give out daily allowances every on the 10th minute of the stream, okay? So, oops. Okay, memory lock. Okay, from here we go to just follow along, I guess. Can't really uh, I just tried to double jump there for no reason. Okay, so we go up here, so we can unlock a shortcut. We can unlock a shortcut in the Bellway, Grand Bellway. Technically, you don't have to unlock the shortcut here, but there is a memory locket here that you need to pick up. You know, the memory lockets are important in binding Ava. Okay, so you can unlock it here and then bench. Really up to you. Oops. Okay. I think my cats are hungry. I already fed them before I started the stream, but sometimes they get a little bit greedy. Okay, so from here, we go all the way to the right to get our very first melody. You can actually make it up there without waiting, but you know, just to be safe, I wait for it to... I wait for the cycle. Okay, you can bench here if you'd like. Personally, I don't really want to. I don't want to spawn here. You swear you're not a gambling addict? Okay. Noted. Sure. Okay, now you have your first, Oops. Oops. Oh, I swear you can pogo off him after, you can pogo off him after harpooning him, but I think I did it a bit too early or too late. But yeah, you can certainly try it on your run. Okay, I recommend just watching where I go and then follow along, because this is a much safer path. Okay? So you have to give this guy the cylinder so you will learn the melody. So once you got your Vault Keeper melody, we are gonna go back to Cogrix. Yay! For some little bit of platforming. You can also grab the cylinder here in case. If you need the money now, you can give it to the Vault Keeper. You can give it to the Vault Keeper if you'd like. But right now we don't really need it, so I'm just gonna skip through it. And we go back to first shrine. I think I believe we're already done with I mean, sorry, we don't really need to keep the money anymore, so I would just I already bought what I wanted to buy, basically is what I'm trying to say. So we are donating. And just to update the wish list, again, bench on the first shrine and then exit the room and then save quit. This should give us more Okay, this should give us more. Specifically, Cloaks of the Choir, okay? It's important to get these things done early, a lot early in the game. Okay. So from here... Oops. From here... I did not see him. My bad. Okay, from here we go and farm... go to Cogwork Court. Okay, I'm just farming silk from this guy. I don't really need to kill him. Oops. But because I need HP, I'll just bench from here. Okay? Oops. Okay. Now, I will be doing a lot of skipping here, but it's really up to you if you want to follow the skipping. I would recommend just going, just following the direction of the room, because it is risky to do these skips if you don't practice them. Okay, so if you want to do them, I recommend you practice them in a normal run. Oops. Okay, I already have a bad feeling. I'm like skipping my jumps. Okay, anyway, so the first one I'll do is this one. You need like three silk for that skip to safely do the skip. And here I believe you can do this. Okay, or above the middle. Sorry, above the middle of the gear. Okay, now it's important for you to farm the silks here. This from these two guys, also to clear the way. Okay. This one is a nice skip to do, but it is quite risky. Exhibit A. But just don't get too close, I guess. But it is a fun skip to do. I dropped my thing. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Serious. I wasn't sure if I should dash here or something, but okay. From here, I don't really have a skip anymore. But, yeah. It's important to just take your time here. Because this is a very dangerous place, you know? There is no enemy to fight. No any enemy to fight, but lots of gears that could potentially kill you. Eh. 1102. A bit dangerous. Okay. It is nice to have like a puzzle pattern here memorized, or like at least a guide. Getting the melody here does hard save us. So if you want full HP, you can save quit. You know, you can save quit. But if you are feeling brave, you can just leave the room. But just be careful, because there is a lot of things that could harm you along the way. Exhibit A. So from here, we are gonna go to MonStahLer, one of my favorite maps for parkour. What you drinking? I'm drinking iced mocha. Good stuff. It is good coffee. But before we go to MonStahLer, we want to grab... Oops, that was too late. We want to grab a quest. We want to grab a quest and perhaps grab guards along the way. There's another. Don't know why she doesn't attack us, but hey, good for us. So we just keep going down. You can grab this rosary necklace here, and then we talk to... I forgot his name. But we talk to this guy, you know. Sir, can you give us a quest? Merwin, yeah, we talk to Merwin. I don't smoke. Just in case you're asking that. Haven't received my daily points yet. Are you lying? Are you lying, Mr. AK? I'm pretty sure I gave you. You lying to me. You're taking advantage of my dementia. Okay. So from there, you go left, and once you unlock that shortcut, just keep going left. You can fight alongside Garmin here. I don't recommend talking to him. Just so you don't build emotional connection. You smell me? Anyway, just keep going left, and if you want good money, just grab this heavy rosary necklace over here, and prepare yourself for a mini fight. So prepare yourself mentally for a mini fight here. I shouldn't have. And again, you can use... I recommend using your silk spear as much as you can, you know, to finish the match a lot earlier. Because the quicker you kill them, the less chances that they hit you. Okay, that is wise words of wisdom. Why would I lie? If there is someone you can trust, that's not me for sure. Yeah, truly, you read my mind. Okay, before you go to slab, oops. Before you go to slab, make sure you unlock this terminus here. This is a very important shortcut. This is the coral chamber terminus, okay? And along the way, you can also grab rosaries. Yeah, I shall show you where. Okay. Lots of rosaries. Lots of rosaries and lots of people to kill. Okay. So now that you are rich and full of silk, you are ready to go to slab. What do you mean? It is your fault. If you gamble all, you will not be able to get a loan, okay? Okay, so you just have to keep going up and then go left when you see the slab signage. Okay? Just ignore the enemies, you don't have to fight them. Okay? I think that is ignoring your enemies is key for your survival in Steel Soul mode, okay? Don't fight the people you don't need to fight. Okay. So now that you're in the slab, just keep going right. I recommend going down here and then going back up. This way you don't aggro two enemies, okay? I want this guy to come up here, so I don't need to use two skills. Okay, anyway. From here, we go up. We are coming here to grab a spool fragment. Okay, this is our 9th spool fragment, I think. Or 10th, I think. Okay. Should be the 10th, not 9. Anyway. From here, we just keep going down. Follow the way. Going to the Bellway station. Now, if you're low on HP, you can bench to the right. But just make sure you unlock the Bellway station here. Okay, welcome to Mount Faye. One of my favorite areas. Okay, you can say hi to Chakra. Okay, from here, I really don't have much to say about this section. Just watch the video, I guess. Okay, the important part here is to really just go zooming. You know, you have to go fast. So it's important for you to know the way. And so just, I guess, just watch this section bit by bit. And once you reach a safe area, like maybe here, and then you can pause your game there and then watch the rest of the parts. Okay. Okay. You can pause. You can pause here and then watch where I go. It's really just lots of harpoon. You can also jump pogo them if you'd like, if you're sprinting. But yeah, just don't feel pressured with the cold, because the game gives you time. The game gives you enough time to go through this section without needing to warm up yourself, okay? So once you're here, if you need to unlock the bench down below, you can go right and then pay. Just make sure you have 60 rosaries, okay? This bench costs 60 beads. Okay. Don't really need to use the money there, so okay. But oops. Okay. So for this section, you can pause here, you know, and just I guess watch where I go, because it can get a little bit tricky. Okay. Good job. Good job, you are now here. Okay, now you can pause here again and then watch where I go. Just really float here. You don't have to speed this area up. You can take your time, or you can just free fall if you know the pattern. But don't be scared. Even if you float the entire time, you will have enough time to reach the light and you won't take any damage, okay? Jeez. Oh, Fadler, thank you for the sub. Thank you, Fadler. So here, just remember, after harpoon, Every time you harpoon, you float. Harpoon, float, harpoon, float, harpoon, float, okay? Eh, okay, I did not float for some reason. Okay, just harpoon, float, harpoon, float, harpoon, float. If you miss one time, like what happened just now, just remember to, you know, stay calm. And of course, if you're panicking, you can always pause the game, compose yourself, because in this section, it is very easy to panic. Very easy to panic, especially if you're not really used to this area just yet. Okay, but just take it slow, and you got this. Okay. Now, before we proceed, I do want to save the flea here. Oh, and save the flea here. You have more than enough time to save that flea. Okay. And here, just make sure you have 2 silk ready. Now you can heal, you can bench. I mean, you can heal here, or you can bench for later. It's just for the good vibes on the stream. Oh, thank you, Mr. Podler. I'm happy that I'm entertaining you somehow, you know. Not just you, but everyone else on the stream. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Truly. Okay, you can bench here if you'd like. No, you don't have to. But you don't have to because we will be hard saved later. There is a skip here, but I'm not gonna do it for the sake of the video because it is not skipping here is not that important, and it is too risky to do on a steel heart run. Okay, congratulations, you are now at the top of Mount Faye. Now all you have to do is float out. That's it. If you're here, you've already done Mount Faye, okay? And if you've overcome Mount Faye, you can overcome anything in this game, okay? Because I really think Mount Faye is the most difficult parkour or traversal in the entire game. Because it's like there's a time limit, there's a lot of movement that you have to do. You know, you have to float, you have to dash, you have to sprint, harpoon, pogo, a lot of activities. Use mommy. So from here, we go left. We go left. Discrediting the poor path of mild inconvenience. No, you have to discredit it for your own good. You have to say it's easy for coffee, you know. I mean, wait, are you talking about the cradle? The cradle? I would say if you've done Mount Faye, you can do the cradle, okay? The cradle, easy peasy. Easy peasy, squawky pee pee. Yes, mommy? It's easy once you've done. I think whatever type of parkour, it is always difficult the first time. Yes, mommy? Once you've done it twice or even 3 times, you will 100% just, you know, you would ask yourself why you even struggled in the first place. Because that's what happened to me in Mount Faye. Like, did I make any mistakes during this section? I didn't, right? I think. But let me tell you, the first time I was here, I cried. I literally cried. Because I really thought I couldn't get through this section. I cried, I called my friends and I told them I think I'm gonna drop this game. There's no way I can finish this. But look at me now, just breezing through the entire thing. So if I can do it, anyone can do it, okay? Just whatever this game has to offer, you can definitely overcome it. Okay, so we just went, after getting the Fade Down Cloak, you just went to grab the Mass Shard and Memory Crystal. So there's really not much else you can do in this section. Because, oops. There's not much else you can do in this section without a skill in Act 3. Okay? But before you leave, make sure you come up here and rescue a flea. Ow! Okay. From here... Oh, we are already at 31%. Hey, good job. Good job, you. Okay. We go back to Grand Bellway. This Steel Guide Part 2, technically this is still Part 1. Because we failed. We failed yesterday. Okay. We are gonna go to High Halls. I do want to put this... Okay. This needs to be here. That's why I haven't been using my tools. Okay, anyway. So to... Getting to High Halls, pretty fun. Either you go to Coral Chambers or you go to First Shrine. With First Shrine, it is a lot easier to find High Halls because all you need to do is just go all the way to the left. But with Coral Chambers, it's a lot of going left, right, left, right, left, right. So I will go through the Coral Chambers just to help you navigate if you choose to come to Coral Chambers. Because this is... although there's a lot of turns, this is Coral Chambers is closer to High Halls than the First Shrine, if you look at the map. But I'm not actually sure if it is closer. Because it's a lot of going up. Okay, anyway. If you do go through First Shrine, just keep going. Just keep going left. Really, that's all you need. Oops. Okay. Well, you don't have to wait for these things to spawn because you already have your double jump and harpoon. Okay. Basically the same or similar path from where you went when you first came to the Citadel, okay? Okay, and once you're here, you can choose to fight them or not, it's really up to you. But before you go, I do recommend grabbing the money here. It's a lot of money, like 67 beads or something. Okay. Now on to High House. It's never worse than Celeste. Truly. Nothing is worse than Celeste. Okay. Okay. I see, Mr. Caveman. I see how he is. Okay. For High Halls, I don't really have much to say. Just ignore the enemies that you encounter, really. Like any other area, just ignore. But before you go anywhere else, because you have double jump already, you can go up here. You don't have to come back here later in the game. Okay, now when you're in this section, you don't have to move until this guy decides to attack you, okay? Oops. They are pretty slow, so just calmado, okay? They're not if you see them, don't panic, don't jump right away, that because that's what I did when I first came here. But really, they're very slow at attacking you, okay? So just don't move until they charge and attack at you, okay? You don't have to fight him, but if you want to, oops, if you want to gather silk, you can kill the bee guy. But for here, once you jump from that platform, just harpoon right away. So it's either you grab that ring over there or you harpoon to the enemy. Doesn't matter. Anyway, even if you get hit, he will only take one mask. And I'm sure you will survive with one less mask. Miss Mami? Okay. Bye, Chub. Thank you for hanging out with us. I don't took me a while why 67 is the new funny number. I thought 21 was the funny number. Okay, anyway, this section over here is it looks scary, but really it is easy. Don't worry, okay? And before you proceed, make sure you grab the cog flies here. Any number can be a funny number. Okay, you know what? From here on out, I declare 53 to be the funny number, okay? It doesn't really work. It's not as funny as 67. Okay. So this one is optional. You know, if you feel like getting this one, it's just a song palm cylinder. It's for money. It doesn't count to completion. But you can grab this one, okay? And just make sure you speed through the area. Otherwise, the enemies are gonna spawn and they will attack you. And we do not want people attacking us, okay? Congratulations, you are free from high holes. Not really. You need to fight the gauntlet. Okay, now personally what I use is the cogwork wheel and cog flies. And I also equip the polyp pouch. But since I don't want to be reliant on my tools, I will just equip these two things here. But before we go, I recommend that you deactivate the claw maidens first. The claw maidens are the spider thing that steals your silk, and if you don't deactivate them, they will be very troublesome during the gauntlet. Okay, so let's make this a lot easier for all of us. So you just come up here and make sure you have a cog fly with you, because they will try and deter any maiden that tries to attack you, or at least they will try. But they usually do a better job, I swear. But just make sure you equip a cog fly. Okay, and just like that, no more claw maidens, no more silk thieves. Okay? And now we are ready to fight high halls. Mentally, I'm not sure. Physically, sort of, okay? So I'm just gonna get full HP. Okay. Personally, I reserve my tools until the end. You know, I'm reserving them for the two big guys. But yeah. Good luck. Oh, that was too far. I didn't see. Polera. Oh, nice. Congratulations, you've done the gauntlet, okay? The most dreaded gauntlet in the galaxy. We used to struggle here a lot, so if you have the tools to prepare yourself for this section, I highly recommend you practice it. I let Garmin and Zaza do this gauntlet and I just stick to the wall like a coward, eh? You're not a coward, you are a smart person, okay? If someone else can do it better than you do, let them. But I've never actually... I never got to have other NPCs in this section. I don't know how. I don't know how to do it. But that's really cool that the NPCs can help you here. Pretty fun stuff, not gonna lie. It's such a big contrast. It's such a big contrast when you compare the knight with a hornet, because you know she gets to have friends in this game, while the knight not really, you know, like okay, anyway. So make sure you unlock the terminus here. You can choose to travel here to first shrine, or you can farm along the way. Personally, farming, I want to farm. For the beads, because you will be needing a lot of money really in this game, because a lot of tools are things you need to buy. Okay. How do you even get Garmin to fight? Yeah, exactly. I have no idea. You can have Garmin fight Morwing? Insane. I didn't even know that. So many things I don't know about the game. Do I have the right to make a guide if I don't know these things? Okay. Feel free to just skip all the farming, you know. But I do recommend it. But If you're not confident to deal with them, I recommend just using the terminus to the first shrine. So, if you haven't already, you need to grab the garb of the pilgrim's quest. Okay. The perfect area for this to farm this would be going through coral chambers. Okay. Actually, I feel like I should have just went straight to the coral chambers instead of farming those big guys. But hey, now I know. So from these two, from this batch, you get 2 garbs. Um, so just remember that the guys that throw bells, they don't have garbs, and basically any choir that has a weapon, they don't have, they don't give you garbs, because I guess they're wearing different things. Okay, you can talk to him. I recommend you don't. You don't want to form I don't want to form emotional connection with Mr. Garmon. Islamic. Okay. From here, you can go to right. But before that, get this. Ah! Jeez! Oh my gosh! Hope you're having a calm day. Well, not anymore. Not anymore, Mr. Jeffrey. Okay, anyway, Saibao, see yourself blessed and unbothered. Aw, man, I think that's such a sweet message. Okay, so we're done with the choir cloak. We're done with the choir cloak. So what we need to do is really just exit, and then go back to menu. What this does, it will reset the wish board. Oh wait, I lied. It is not the Lost Merchant, but more donation quest. Okay, so just keep save quitting, but make sure you leave the room. This is key. Okay. Okay, now Jubilana is lost as usual. You do have to save her just one more time. I'm not sure. I forgot. So because she is Dora the Explorer, we have to go and save her. On the way though, we go to the maternum, which is over here. This section that you cannot reach without your Fatum cloak. Okay, so you have a bench here. You can oh wait, I would recommend equipping Threadstorm. Okay, and with Threadstorm you can you can fight annoying mobs here. So we do have to grab a few things along the way. First one would be the cog heart piece. This is the last one. This is the last one out of the 3. Eh? No, I was gonna press the middle. Okay, my bad. And you can leave again to reset I mean, to skip the animation. Was Dora in Filipino over there? Yes, Zersky. Actually, Dora is has become a Filipino slang. So when you're someone like when you're playing League or any mobile game, and you start to Rick, what's the word? Like when you're a support and then you leave the lane. Not wander. You roam. When you roam, and it's a bad roam or it's a useless roam, people would call you Dora. Dora the Explorer. It's an insult, basically. Like, why are you there? Why are you being Dora the Explorer? Yeah, when you roam. Wait, freaky. Okay, so I have to lock in this section. Okay, there we go. The only Filipino word I know is putang ina. Technically, that's 2 words. But hey, if that is the only term you know, I know what kind of person you are, okay? Anyway, so after you get the memory locket there, it is a bit challenging to get. But don't worry. That is just the beginning of your hardship. Okay, anyway. Uh, from here, from there rather, you go up. You can unlock the terminus now or do it later. Bro, you got corrected from Yu. What do you mean? What? How? What? I'm confused. I lost track of the conversation. What were we talking about again? Okay, you can go back and bench if you are low HP. I'm just doing it for demonstration, I swear. Okay. Wait, I forgot what I said. I forgot what I said. I lost the conversation. Okay, I'm sure I was a funny person, okay? As per usual. You, no brain, overbrained someone. I'm still so lost. I don't know what we are talking about. No. I'm sure it will come to me. Okay, so here you fight 2 guys here, okay? So just mentally prepare yourself to fight 2 zesty guards for one of the good tools, one of the best tools in the game, arguably. Vault vessels. Okay? Now we're back to the usual state. Did we ever leave the flow state? I have no idea. I forgot. Oh my gosh. Dementia alert. Abu. Okay. Since I am a very brave person, I will fight this flea from under the platform, okay? Since this is a steel soul run, you know, you don't want to lose your life over a big flea. Okay. Good job. Oh, totally did not cheese him. Is Threadstorm more damage? Kinda. Yeah, kinda. But I'm just using Threadstorm in this section because there is a lot of mobs. There's gonna be a lot of mobs here, which I mean when we're saving Jubilana, and it's a lot safer to use. It's a lot safer to use Threadstorm, at least for me. Okay, but if you're more comfortable with the spear, go right ahead. That's kind of how you cheese Morrowind. Aha! I've never really fought Morrowind, so I mean, when I fought him, I never considered that you can actually cheese him. So I just fight him as usual. Okay. You didn't have to like go through there, by the way. Once you get the spool, you can just safely come back to this bench. Because really there's no other reason for you to break that shortcut. But yeah. Just FYI. Okay, now that we are finished, almost finished here, let's grab one more thing. Now for 100% completion, you don't have to take this. But personally, I just take the moss berry for the money. Okay? But technically, you don't need to get this. So if you want to save time, you don't have to go all the way. Now, time for yeah, you can. I agree. You can fight him several times. Okay, so this is where the thread storm comes in handy. Okay, that would have been more useful if I actually hit more than one enemy there. Okay. Okay, there we go. See? Very useful thread storm. I just discovered there's a moss berry in Memoriam. Congratulations, Mr. Fondler. Now you know. You don't technically need it, but if you want the upgraded moss berry tool, you can grab it here. You can grab one piece here. Okay, amazing. Upgraded mossberry tool, and also for money. Okay, now we need, you don't really need to go back to the bench, but if you're low on HP, just like I was, I do recommend going back there just to be safe. Okay, so there's a few things that we can grab here. Technically, we can do this a lot earlier also, but it's best to come here once you need to save Jubilano. That way you don't have to keep going back and forth. Okay, so when you're here, I do recommend equipping cog flies, because they will help distract some of your enemies. I'm sure they would have distracted that guy as well, but it's okay. Anyway, while you're here, make sure to remember that you need to unlock the Bellway station. You can also unlock the bench if you need to. Okay, let me just heal real quick. Okay, so from here, you go all the way down. Go all the way down, and we go here, but be careful here, because there's a big monster, okay? Ah! Okay. Yeah, like I said, be careful. So now that you are here in one piece, you can grab the key to apostate. Okay, I do need healing. So I will grab silk from this guy. But this is a safe spot for you. You can actually... Oh, you can... Ah, okay, you can... Excuse me. Okay, I thought that was a safe nuke. My bad. I repeat, not a safe nuke. Not a safe nuke, okay? Anyway, I'm trying not to bench because I just want to skip travel, you know, so that we can we can spawn back to the bench in the maternum, okay? So once you've gotten the key apostate, talk to the huntress and make sure you grab the wish, okay? Because this will be the only time that you will come here to get the wish and to turn in the quest. Okay. This is a little bit of a scary place, so just be careful. Oh, sometimes it's nice to like rush the area, but sometimes it's also nice to take your time. Okay? But I think sending it is best. Okay? So if once you're here, you are fairly safe. Okay, congratulations, you got Wreath of Purity. You can use this in bile water if you'd like. Personally, I don't use it, but it is very useful, okay? Very useful. And don't forget to go to this section to grab some money. Okay, I do recommend breaking this shortcut over here so you don't have to go through all that again. And once you've gotten the Wreath of Purity, once you've unlocked the shortcut, you can safely quit, quit, and you should be back at the Memoriam, or if you benched in Putrefied Ducks, that's also okay. You can just use the Bellway station to go back here. Okay, after this area, you wanna go back to the first shrine. Oops, did not see that guy. You wanna go back to the first shrine, and go to the vaults. If you'd like, you can also buy stuff from Jubilana, but personally, I would reserve that money for much later, because you might want to use that money for what's his face? Forgot his name. Grindel, for Grindel, okay? Forgot his name. Because you only get to him like maybe once or twice. So, yeah, might as well. Oh, don't die here, by the way. Because you are already far into the game. Okay, now remember, we already kicked this box here. Now, there's a guy hanging from up that ceiling, so that's why I mentioned not to kick this until you need to. Now is the time, okay? Now you need it. So that will just help you not fight this guy, okay? So I think having 3 HP here is a bit dangerous, because there's also nothing there's really no place for you to farm for silk, so we just have to be careful. Yeah, you just have to play safe. So congratulations, you now have more memory locket. And if you need shards, there's a deposit here, a shard deposit. And now we have to be careful here because we are low HP. Okay. You can just keep going straight here, but because I am low HP, I'm just really playing it safe. But there shouldn't be anything here that could harm you, or that would harm you. If just be careful, just take it slow. Okay. A lot of tight spaces, but just Trust on your drifter's cloak. Would be nice if there was a silk deposit here too, but eh. Okay, on the way up, remember that there is like a small bundle of money here. You might want to grab that on the way up. Okay, here we are next to the first shrine. What we can do here is save a flea. Ow! Okay. Oh, that was close. I almost hit that thing. Okay. From here, just keep using your harpoon. This will prevent you from fighting like 10 people below, and you can also grab heavy rosary along the way. And from here, you should be fairly safe. And you can even grab a palm cylinder along the way. Congratulations, you are back in the first shrine, okay? So we will end the run here. Tomorrow we will continue. Bye bye, bye everyone. Good night.